All right. All right, welcome everybody. This is the Church Scene Podcast, and tonight we have a very special guest, my brother in Christ. I haven't seen him in a minute, Mr. Joshua Wilson. I'm so glad to have you tonight, Doc.
Excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
So, all those who are tuning in tonight, please put your name, where you're from. If you want to give a shout out to your church or your favorite musician, if you're a musician, put it in the comment section. We live on YouTube and Facebook, so please subscribe on YouTube. Click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Church Scene Musician. And so, like I said, tonight we have Mr. Joshua Wilson. We're just going to have fun tonight.
I'm excited.
So, I just learned today he's a school teacher,
Yeah.
teaching sixth grade.
Yeah.
At Hampton Middle School. What subject area are you teaching?
ELA, language arts.
Wow, not music.
Yeah, not music. Surprisingly, not music. I'm teaching language arts. But I incorporate music into it, of course, because it's just in me. So you know what's in you is gonna come out of you, regardless of where you're at.
Wow, that is impressive, man. I like that. Yeah, that is hot. That's hot. That's hot. So that's awesome. So we just gonna have a conversation. You know, I know you play organ, you play keys, you teach music, and just share. How did you get started playing, man?
Well, honestly, as a little kid growing up in church, you know, most of the kids growing up, there's a lot of kids want to sit in the back, hang out on their phones, in the back for a couple of pews.
Yeah.
I really want to be involved, but that really wasn't me. Honestly, for me, I was the kid that was really wanting to soak up the music, soak up what the preacher was preaching about. And believe it or not, I would try to go home and imitate what I saw at church. Like I would go home and pull out my mom's pots and pans and try to play the drums, and I would get my same drumstick that I'm beating my mom's pots and pans with, and I would actually go out and try to get my towel and everything and be the preacher too.
Wow.
So I literally had my own church service. My teddy bears was my audience.
Okay. Wow, that is impressive. Well, so you was already. So what age was this?
So this was when I was a little kid. So probably about like 9, 10, 11-ish. I kind of developed that affinity for music in church. I would listen to CDs, and this before we had Bluetooth and all that. You know, I would listen to CDs, cassette tapes with a side A and side B to it. And so I really just try to just listen in and just listen to the different changes in music and listen to sermons. And so I was the unique kid that would really try to, even as a young lad, try to listen and learn as much as I could.
Wow, that is amazing. My friend Kia visiting, she's online watching in LA.
Oh wow, okay.
So she in California. I hope you're okay out there. It's a lot going on.
Hurricane or something like that?
Hurricane, mudslides. It's
Be safe.
crazy weather.
Wow.
But I hope you're safe out there, friend. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So, wow, that's amazing how you got started. So, what made you start teaching music to the youth?
Well, honestly, that's a great question. As I grew older and I started cultivating my gift of music, I really always thought that, okay, I've played a lot of places. God has blessed me to play here, play there, church services, revivals, weddings, funerals, you name it, you know.
You did it all.
I've done it all. I've done it all.
Concerts
coming up. Wedding coming up next month. Matter of fact,
wow.
2 weddings.
So how do you manage your time, you know, because we church musicians, we got to
Yeah,
learn music.
yeah.
We got to learn hymns, preacher
Everything.
chords, and all this thing.
Everything.
How? And my uncle just joined. Thank you, Andrew Doyle. I don't know if you know him, Elder Andrew Doyle. He
Okay.
just joined. He's a musician too,
Okay, nice to meet you.
sings and everything. So he's on tonight.
Okay.
So how do you manage your time? Because I know you got a window cleaning business. You're a 6th grade teacher.
Yeah.
You're a father.
Yeah.
You're a musician.
Yeah.
You teach music. How do you manage all of that
Oh.
and still go to church and try to keep a balance?
Whew. I just honestly, and it's gonna sound cliche, but I really just have to thank God for real because I try to be strategic with certain things. After certain hours, it's for my kids, or certain days and certain times, it's for the kids. Or if I'm in church, oftentimes they're with me, or I give them a job or an assignment or something to do that kind of helps assist along with
I
me.
like that.
And so it kind of helps develop their crafts, develop their skills, so that
So you still spending time with your children,
with them as well.
exactly with your kids, man.
Absolutely.
That is a blessing. So Faith just joined. Thank you. She went to high school with me, and she's in Minnesota. So
wow.
so thank you for joining that.
Okay.
Man, I'm getting all kind of people here today.
Okay.
And so my friend said, "Kill, wow, man, amen. Your gift will open doors for you."
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings to you too, Faith. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, man, I like the way how you balance your life.
Yeah.
You incorporate your children,
Absolutely.
which is good because most fathers, they tell the kids, "Well, I got a gig and I'll get with you when I'm done."
Oh, yeah.
But you bring your
kids
kids. I like that.
I take them.
So why do you bring your kids?
Well, one, I want them to see what I do.
Okay.
I want them to see me in my element, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so they see what I have a passion for, and they see what kind of drives me, if you will.
Right.
And so that I want them to see that maybe one day it may not be music, because I'm not going to be the guy who's going to force my kids to do the same thing that I do.
Right.
And I think growing up sometime in church, especially if you're a pastor and your kids, you're a preacher, PK, like my kids they're gonna follow my footsteps. They're gonna be the next pastor. That may not be God's calling for your child.
May not be.
So I don't ever want to force my kids to be a musician or to be this or to be that. But I do want them to see their father in a leadership and what's passionate for him, for me, so they can understand there are things out there that you can be passionate about as well. And my daughter right now, she loves basketball. And so if somehow my busy schedule, I'm gonna be there.
You gonna make it work.
I'm gonna be there with her games, coaching her.
Listen.
Because what their passion, what their gift is, I want to be there and support that. If it's not music, that's fine.
Right. Right. And that's important. I mean, I like the fact that you said you're gonna support whatever they like.
Absolutely.
So I truly believe we should invest. You know how I am about you.
Absolutely.
So you and I got a lot in common.
For sure.
Oh, and I love the fact how you incorporate all of that, even though your schedule is busy.
Yeah.
It's so many fathers making excuses.
Yeah.
And I keep telling people, I say, listen, kids got to have a balance.
Right.
They got to have, even if the parents are no longer together, they still got to have a balance. They need to see y'all can co-parent together, and they need to see how well you do in your element. Like you said, you're a teacher.
Right.
You're a preacher, you're a musician,
all of it. Right.
And you still making it happen. And so that's why I keep trying to tell people. I was like, listen, it's no excuse.
Absolutely.
People make time for what they want to make time for.
Make time for what you want to make time for.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Exactly. And we need more positive Black male like it. And I'm gonna give you a shout out. My pastor is a cute dog. Okay. So I don't know if he's watching tonight, Doc. He's a cute just like you.
Absolutely.
Omega Psi-Phi in the house. He
That's
said
it.
the best return on this side of heaven.
That's all the one. That's it. The rest are just. Now, let me stop throwing shit. But yeah,
don't shade on the rest of it.
All of them are great, but there's one that sticks out.
That's what it sticks out.
The Bible says, "I am Omega."
Oh my God.
I don't know about Alpha. He says Omega very good though. I'm just playing.
Oh my God! Don't start no war on my show.
All right. I won't start no war. I'm just teasing. All of them are great fraternities.
Yes, indeed. I like that. So, are you playing anywhere full time or?
So currently, I'm serving at a predominantly Caucasian Methodist church twice a month, and then I have my other 2 Sundays where I'm kind of like floating here and there, kind of filling in.
So how is that?
Believe it or not, it's great.
I'm sure you get paid very well.
They take care of me. They do take care of me, but I like because it's diverse. It's probably myself, maybe 2 or 3 other African Americans in the church. So it's 90-95% Caucasian.
Wow.
And so I love it. It
So what are you
expands.
what kind of music are you playing?
More CCM,
CCM and Hill songs?
Hill songs, a lot of
Mhm.
Chris Tomlin, a lot of a lot
Okay.
of the CCM.
I like Chris
music.
Tomlin.
So
Yeah.
we do it good. It expands us too. I do a lot of worship leading with there as well,
Wow.
and it's I like it because it gets us. Typically, we're in African church. We can just loop a song, loop a song, loop a part, loop a part. In a Caucasian church, it's this it's order, it's structure. You got to
and you get out in time to go to brunch.
Listen, we start service at 11 o'clock. We out by 11:14. That's everything. But seriously, we out. Seriously, we out by like 12.
Wow.
And that's everything. And it's not really rushed. We do about 3 or 4 songs. They get up, do welcome announcements, preacher preaches, and we.
So are you playing the organ over there or the keyboard?
So I either play keys or I lead worship.
Okay. Lead worship.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. So how is that leading worship? How do you select the songs?
Based off my team.
Okay.
So I have a team of maybe about 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I do was I like to be a collaborative effort. So we plan out like a month in advance. So the whole month of September and pretty much October is already planned out. The Sundays I'm going to be
I
here.
like that.
And I have maybe like you bring 1 or 2 songs, you bring 1 or 2 songs, you bring 1 or 2 songs, and then we kind of sit down as a team, go through the songs. Okay, we're gonna do these for this month.
Mm-hmm.
We'll plan out this month. Who's gonna be here? Who's not gonna be here? So we have a structured schedule already of who's gonna be here, so we know how to make it work.
Wow.
Yeah. So we get 2 months in October. We already know what we're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You see, I'm like speechless right now. I'm like, oh my God.
Lots of that don't happen in the African American church. We figure out the week of.
Right.
So it took some adjustment to come from African American church to predominantly Caucasian church. And so
now some do. Now my church, we get our music a month in advance.
That's good.
So we already have our music for September.
We already know. That's good.
So it's no excuse.
So right. You have responsibility
right.
for you to know it.
So you have, like you said, your responsibility to learn the music.
Absolutely.
It's up to you to learn the music, practice at home.
Absolutely.
So when we come to rehearsal, we can just rehearse and we can go. We don't have to be there all day.
Gotta be there all
so,
night.
But some churches, I do know that they wait the week of, and to me, that's kind of lacking. And I mean, I know everybody have a busy schedule,
sure.
But if you give it, like you said, a month in advance, it will actually help out a lot of ministries.
Absolutely.
So kudos to you guys, man.
Absolutely.
Y'all up to October. Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, we got the whole month of September.
That's good though. My church will have that, so that's really good.
Exactly. My aunt just joined. Thank you, Aunt Letha May. Thank you for joining. She always on here. Her and my uncle, both of them.
Wow.
It's good to have support, man.
Wow.
Thank you for joining, Auntie. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so how many people are on? Do you have the praise team, choir, or
so at this particular church, we have like a music ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
So I have about 1, 2, 3, about 5 or 6 worship leaders on the team. They have a keys player, drum, guitar, bass.
Now all the musicians is Caucasian.
I have another black musician.
Okay.
But the rest are Caucasian.
Mm-hmm. And the other black musician
he plays drums.
Okay.
And he plays bass sometimes as well.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just me and him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rocking it. Man, I'm about to check y'all out online, man. What's the name of the church?
Trinity United Methodist Church.
I hope you guys watching.
Yeah.
Minister Music is in the house.
Absolutely.
Good to have you. So where's the church located?
It's actually towards Middle Georgia.
You love playing in Middle Georgia.
That's home for me. I'm from Middle Georgia in the house.
I know Ronald Robinson, all of that.
Robinson, Macon.
Yes.
Some of God's best come from there,
Yes. I know you because you played it with Dewey Smith and all that.
Dewey Smith from Macon, Georgia. You're proud Macon.
See, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell folks, listen.
We're from Atlanta. We're from Macon, Georgia.
And because I put, when I post you today on my page, the maestro Kenny Lowe.
Kenny.
He was like, "Oh, I gotta watch the show tonight."
Kenny, listen, Kenny is one of God's best.
And I was telling him, I said, what I like about you, because of course I know a lot of musicians,
Sure.
and I always talk.
Absolutely.
And you ask me for musician referral,
Sure.
I may ask you,
Sure.
and I shared with him. I said, one thing stands out about you. I don't hear your name.
Oh yeah.
I hear the music. So I'm talking about negative.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't hear your name like
Right.
that, and I like the fact you in your own zone. You ain't trying to be any part of no cliche,
Yeah.
cliques or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're cool with everybody,
I really am.
and that's what I like about you the most.
Yeah.
I wish more musicians, are be like you
Sure.
because of that. Because to me, I feel like uh, musicians need to be humble.
Absolutely.
Just a lot of musicians can play,
Absolutely.
but they have no oil.
Absolutely. Wow.
You may can play very well. You may know your music from the beginning to the end.
Wow.
The intro to the outro to the vamp, all of that.
Wow.
But you have no oil, no
Wow.
anointing.
Wow.
Talk about why. Because, reading Psalms 33,
Sure.
3,
Sure.
it says you're supposed to play skillfully.
Sure.
So what do you think that means to play skillfully?
I mean, I think it's a great question as well. It's a two-part question. I think you should be, studying your craft. So you should know your music. You should know what you're going to present. But at the same time, me personally, I can't speak for no other musician, but me, like I like to pray before I play.
Exactly.
Like I have an internal prayer, like Lord, let my playing be number one, pleasing to you.
Exactly.
And number two, I hope my playing will be encouraging to somebody else in the audience.
Right.
But ultimately, when we're ministering, we should be ministering to an audience of one.
Exactly.
And that's to glorify God. If God is pleased, then I think he'll provide the increase. He'll make sure others are encouraged, others are inspired, others are uplifted. Like you said, the problem, sometimes with musicians is we get in our own selfish ways, or we get the musician talk, Doc, you killing, Doc this, Doc that. But honestly, we'll be really honest about it. A lot of the licks and chords and chop stuff we do, it's only impressive to other musicians.
Right.
The audience don't know nothing about all that.
Right.
I just did a passing chord, a diminished chord, this.
They don't know nothing about the number system.
We go 1, 3, 4, change half. We're throwing gang signs up to them. They don't know nothing about that.
And they see us talking like they think we acting silly or talking about people, but we actually communicating with one another.
They don't know nothing about that.
But they don't know nothing about that.
So how are we communicating effectively when our outward expression sometimes is doing things they don't know nothing about?
Exactly.
So we get all that, but honestly, like, okay, you played.
Right.
So we have to make sure that we are submissive in ourselves. And like I said again, playing to our audience of one, which is to God. Ministering, playing, whether we're singing, playing, preaching, whatever we're doing it to our audience of one. And that God is ultimately pleased and that others can be encouraged by it.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that. So when we talk about, playing skillfully and things at that level, how does that impact the praise team, the choir, the audience? Like you say, you give your team the opportunity to help select songs.
Absolutely.
And I like that.
Absolutely.
Because some minister of music and music directors do not allow others to select songs. They pick everything.
Wow.
Like they are like the head honcho.
Right.
And to me, it felt like it's not a team.
Right.
When you're not allowing others to join in to collaborate with the music department.
Sure.
That's why I call worship and arts.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
So, I mean, you guys, what made you, like, how do you guys pick your songs? How do you select your songs for first Sunday? I mean, you said twice a month. The 2 Sundays out of the month. How do you select your songs? How do you do it?
The 2 Sundays a month that I'm there, but we still select for the whole month. So I know right now what we're doing for the whole month of September, the whole month of October, even the Sundays that I'm not there. I can look on our sheet and be like, okay, we're doing this. Now, of course, things might change, or something may change. The person who wants to lead this song may get a flat tire, so we gotta, but the blueprint pretty much.
You gotta make the changes.
Changes. But for me, again, like you said earlier, it's about collaboration, not like a dictatorship. And so I could easily go in there and be like, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that. But again, that satisfies me.
Right.
But again, I'm not the only one a part of this team.
Right.
It's a collaborative effort. It's a group effort. So if I feel it's going to be a group effort, we can come together and choose the songs. And then we can figure out, okay, this works for this. We have certain Sundays or communion, or we have this special Sunday or that special Sunday. We can choose music. that's appropriate for that Sunday.
Exactly.
But again, it's a collaborative effort. And for me, I just love the fact that we can do it better together. That's always been my motto. Like,
I like
do it better together.
I like that. I like that. My godmother just joined in. She's an evangelist, and she said, "I am loving this podcast. Very informative."
Wow.
She's old school.
Wow.
So she just turned 70 a couple months ago. I took her to Milk and Honey for her birthday, and took her to the Wiz Play. Sure. Because we gotta honor our elders. You know, my grandmother's no longer here, so she's like a play mother to me.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I respect her. She has a nonprofit organization for grandparents raising grandchildren.
Wow.
And so she's doing great work in the community. So everybody got a ministry, and she's she goes to church. She's an evangelist. And
I think even with that, when you brought up things like the age group, I think even when it's going back to selecting music, we have to be conscious of our audience as well. You know, we can, and conscious of what type of church we in.
Right.
I love Ty Tribbett to death, but his music won't fit everything.
And it don't fit every church.
It don't fit every church.
We got a question too. We're gonna answer in a minute. I mean, we're gonna respond to it in a minute. And that's why I keep trying to tell a lot of people. They're like, "Well, why y'all don't say Maverick City? It's not a Maverick City
church." You know, and you got to know your
audience. You got to know your audience. You got to have a blended worship.
Absolutely.
You know, my church is more traditional.
Yeah.
So because it's 153, 54. I might be wrong. It's 150 some years old.
Right.
So you already know. Yeah. It's established.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Traditional Baptist church.
Right. So if
you don't go wrong when you sing hymns. And you can hold to his hand. You can still add a drum beat, drum track, or whatever you want to do for a band. Absolutely. You still can add all of that. You know. So I think like you said, it has to have a blended worship. And every church is not a Ty Tribbett. Every church is not Hillsong.
It's not.
Every church is not CCM.
It's not. It's not.
So you don't go wrong. To me, I feel like every church can do tradition, hymns, and contemporary.
Absolutely.
You can't go wrong with it. Those like the top three.
Absolutely.
To me, I feel like it's easy. Yeah. And everybody's going to join in, especially with congregation songs and hymns.
Everybody's going to, they know them.
They know them.
So you got to be able to know your audience.
Right. So Kia from California says, what make you feel you're different from other musicians, and do you see yourself doing bigger things or more globally? Wow. Allowing God to expand and stretch your gifting worldwide, because listening to you, she said, I see you going far to make an impact for God. And she's a woman of God too. Wow. And less trying to impress man. Wow.
Well, thank you for those kind words. I believe God has given us all a unique and special gift. Mm-hmm. You know, the Bible says we're all fearfully and wonderfully made. Mm-hmm. So I believe, while I think I'm no better than anybody else, I do believe God has given me a unique gift. He's given you a unique gift. Mm-hmm. He's given everybody online a unique gift. And I believe as long as we have a pulse, we have a purpose on this earth. Mm. You know, as long as we're still breathing, as long as we have a pulse in our body, there's a purpose for us here on this earth.
Yes, sir.
And so, like I said, while I don't think I'm better than anybody else, I do think what God has given me is special. Yes. And that's my own confidence, not arrogance, but confidence in what God has given me. Mm. And so a part of it is my responsibility. Like you said, keep your name out of this. Mm. Keep your name out of drama. Because
no drama, no trouble.
Exactly. Because the old saying goes, your gift can get you in the door, but your character will get you right back out the door. It can keep you, or it can get you back out the door.
And that has impacted a lot of good musicians.
Absolutely.
Because their character, even when what you post on social media. Yeah. You know, I feel like what you're doing in your home, that's your business. That's your business. Yeah. Everybody don't need to know that you playing, at the casino.
Yeah, that's your business. Like
you're at the beach and you got a nice frozen drink. That's
your business.
They can see you at the beach, but they ain't got to see.
They got to see the cup.
It's like some things.
A red cup. What you think we're gonna do?
Especially the solo cup.
Exactly.
So that's why I try to share with musicians, like, your character is everything.
Absolutely.
Your appearance is everything.
Absolutely.
You should care about how you look.
Absolutely.
I have an issue with musicians don't care how they look.
Yeah.
Clothes is wrinkled.
Wow.
Hair is not, not up the part, and everything. So all that, I mean, people won't take you serious.
They won't.
And how because this is what I tell people: do you go to the courthouse looking like that?
Right.
Because when I see people at the courthouse,
Yeah.
they got on dress clothes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your Honor, they taking off hats and sunglasses.
Absolutely. You're not going to court with all that on.
You know, but you come to church with all that on, and then
Yeah.
you want somebody to respect you because you can play very well.
Yeah.
But your attitude, your character is bananas.
Absolutely.
So what's the difference between impressing our church and blessing our church?
That's a great question. I think that starts back with our mindset, number one.
Right.
You know, we have to have a mindset. You know, when I go to places where I'm teaching or preaching, or whatever the case may be, we have to have the mindset that I'm going to, number one, anything that I'm able to do, whether I have an audience of one person, that's one person more than I deserve.
Right.
Because I have flaws, I have imperfection. It's not if it's not for the grace of God, I won't be doing things that I'm doing.
Right.
And so when it goes to blessing versus impressing, we have to understand that number one, God has given us this gift.
Right.
It's a God gift, not that I created this gift on my own. God gave it to me. It's my job to cultivate it, but it's God that gave it to me.
Right.
And so I have to understand that if He blessed me with this, it's my job to be a blessing to somebody else. And too many times we go into churches trying to get the accolades, get the oohs and ahs, and oh, you killed, you did this, you do that, like
get the likes,
on
the followers,
likes on Instagram, or follow us on Facebook, whatever case
YouTube,
TikTok, and Snap, all that good stuff.
Right.
But again, is what you're doing blessing somebody else? And that's the mindset to keep in mind. Yes, market your stuff. Yes, do what you got to do. You know, that's what social media is inanimous. What we do with it is make it good or bad. Good. Social media is bad. Well, not necessarily. Social media is inanimous. It's not either good or bad. Right. It just is. Right. Now, what you decide to post on there makes it good or bad. You know, it makes what you post good or bad. Because if you're posting encouragement stuff, you're posting motivational stuff, or your music, or your business, trying to assist others and help others, I don't see anything wrong with it. Right. Like, it's because there's nothing wrong with you marketing yourself. Nothing wrong with marketing yourself. You know, in a positive way. In a positive way.
Kia, she's on it tonight. She said, we're supposed to have the mind of Christ.
Absolutely.
And live in humility, and which is true.
Absolutely.
Because like I shared before, it's a lot of musicians, and I'm not just talking about just church musicians. I'm talking about the singers, the choir members, the praise team members. Everybody that serve, even audio and visual, sound and media, we all have to be on one accord. Yeah. If we want to make the worship and arts department the bomb.com.
For sure.
You know, we serve God, not man.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Because God gave us that gift.
That's for sure.
And He definitely can take it away.
That's for sure.
And I think a lot of musicians get it twisted. Like you said, you know, what you posting online is nothing wrong with it. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with you, you know, showing off your gifts and talents. Right. I don't have an issue with it.
Absolutely.
But stay humble.
Stay humble. stay humble. Absolutely. Yeah, this mentality, we've arrived somewhere. Like, where have you arrived to? Like, you've arrived where? You know, the only place I'm trying to get to is heaven when it's my time to go. You know, but the rest of this, I'm a forever student, learning, trying to grow, trying to cultivate. Right. Not that I've arrived. I'm just perfection, and everybody can, you know, look up to me and bow down. Who am I?
So I'm gonna ask you this question: what are some distractions or congregation face when the quality is low?
When the quality is low, some distractions that we can face as musicians, even the congregation.
Well, my uncle put the question.
Okay.
We can get it.
Okay. What's some distractions we face? Number one, I think a distraction that we face is we allow Satan to easily tempt us. And Satan can be a distraction all by himself. And he's not going to tempt us with anything we don't like. Right. Satan knows not to tempt me with cauliflower. That ain't gonna be a distraction for me. I don't like cauliflower. So why would I bring cauliflower?
You gotta try it though, man. Right, buffalo cauliflower. I promise you'll like it now.
But if you put Krispy Kreme on my face, if you put chocolate chip cookies in my face,
you love putting that side on, like the Krispy Kreme side.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your weakness.
If I see the red light on, it's over with. So
that's your distraction.
That's my distraction. That's a weakness for me.
So what's the distraction in the church?
In the church, I believe honestly, distractions in church can be our outfits, the way we dress. The way we dress, it can be a distraction. Our phones could be a distraction
Mhm.
because we're too busy doing this all the time versus
Right.
focusing on
Enjoying.
enjoying what's going on.
Because the service is already being recorded.
It's already being recorded anyway.
So you can view it later,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and you can record from your phone. That's what I do.
That's-
Something, you know, every
absolutely.
Monday I watch my church service.
Yeah.
And every Wednesday I tune into Bible study.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just something I do.
Absolutely.
You know, every musician is different.
Absolutely.
But that on Mondays, I tune in and watch the entire church service.
Yeah. Wow.
Things that I need to work on, things I
Absolutely.
see that I feel like every musician should do that, but that's
Absolutely.
my thing. You know,
Absolutely.
so you're correct. You know, it could be clothes, it could be, you know, like you said, the cell phone. It could be somebody just walking in the
People
door,
walking in and out. You know?
walking in and out. Just
I mean,
it's just a distraction. You know,
it's a
people
distraction.
talking or chewing gum.
Yeah.
You know, or
Popping
eat.
gum.
in the
Rather paper trying to get peppermints. You extra loud. You know how to rattle softly? Like,
Oh, Jarrell, thank you for joining Jarrell Franklin. He's a musician. He said being unprepared is a big distraction.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna put that up, man.
Being unprepared, absolutely.
Listen, that is.
Yeah, you come to rehearsal, come to service, you know the music. Now, if something changes, it's out of your control.
But if you don't come to rehearsal, don't show up on Sunday.
On Sunday, like,
It's not fair to everybody.
Yeah,
It's
in
not fair.
my church, when I was doing like more of a choir setting,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a requirement. If you didn't come to rehearsal on Sunday, we had rehearsal on Thursdays.
Thursdays, okay.
On Sunday morning, come try to march yourself up in here. March right back out that door. But it's not trying to be funny.
But you got to be business minded in the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
You don't go to your job. You
don't
can't
go to
show your job like that.
You can't show up your job like that. I mean, you come up here on Sunday morning because
Mhm.
the crowd, you up and sing, we sing the song we rehearsal on Thursday. You don't know the words. Don't know the
And you
part.
probably changed some things. You probably changed the keys or something.
Change the key. Now you're off. You're looking around like, what's next? So do us a favor. If you want to sing it, you can sing all out you want to from the audience.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's just about business, you know?
Yes.
And everybody trying to put everybody on the spot, but you have to establish order. And that's what missing out
Repeat that again,
You
sir.
have to establish order.
Because see, a lot of folks get upset about order.
Yeah.
In the church.
Yeah.
But you
It's
got
order
order.
everywhere else.
It's order everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
It's rules everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You know, when you're at the traffic light, it's red, that means stop.
Yeah.
Yellow means caution.
Yeah.
Green means go.
For sure.
So if you go on red, you done broke the law.
You out of order.
You out of order.
Absolutely.
So why is there probably in church when
In
somebody
church.
says, if you're not at rehearsal on,
Yeah.
whatever your assigned rehearsal day,
Right.
why is that an issue?
Wow.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. It
But
shouldn't
we
be.
have to have order in the church because God is not the author of confusion.
Absolutely.
And that's why, I don't understand why people get an attitude and this and that. This might be the place for you.
Yeah.
You may need to sit out for a minute
Absolutely.
and calm down.
Absolutely.
So my uncle said, we're gonna go ahead and answer this.
Okay.
Thank you, Zay, for joining. He's an organist and keyboardist. I've been knowing him since he was a
Oh,
kid.
wow. Okay.
My uncle said, have you ever played for free
Mhm.
to the glory of God?
Mhm.
And how much will musicians that make it to heaven get paid? He always come on here with these deep questions.
So to answer that question, yes, I have played for plenty of things for free.
I have to.
And believe it or not,
And God will open doors for you.
yeah, I've had doors open that I didn't even realize because I've served. And I still do serve. There are times, even now, and I've been playing for years, that based off relationships, based off
Mhm.
situation, I'll play for free. And I'll still get the same 100% as if I'm getting $1,000 check. You know? Like,
Tell the people again, Doc.
like I think your energy, we all talking about some keep that same energy, keep the same energy
Mhm.
just because you might get
From
paid for it.
$100 to $1,000.
What's interesting is, I'll never forget this. I was playing for Reginald Sharp.
Mhm.
Reginald Sharp.
I love Pastor
yeah,
Reginald
yeah,
Sharp.
He was doing a revival.
He's one of my favorite
that's
young
what-
preachers.
That's my guy right there. Reginald Sharp.
Yes.
And so he was doing a revival one time in Lithonia. I'll never forget this.
Mhm.
And I think the revival was over with, but they had something else going on that week.
Mhm.
Asked me to come play for it. And I was just like, at first I was like, this is a little smaller church, 10 members. I'm not doing that. They ain't got enough money to pay me. That was my mentality at first.
Mm.
I said, you know what? I had to do something about it, check myself. It's a small church. They asked me to come. I'm gonna go anyway. You know, I had to really do a check myself, self-evaluation. Went and played. Believe it or not, what's crazy is I went and played for that small few members in the congregation church, gave it my all.
Mm.
And when I got done, there was somebody who had a high position at Morehouse College in that church. and asked me would I come play in the AUC for different events at Morehouse and Spelman and AUC. But had I would have kept that arrogant, prideful, I'm not going to that little small church attitude, I would have missed one of the biggest blessings that I've had.
Listen.
Somebody in our audience, one of a few members was a president or some important position at Morehouse
At that
College.
church.
At that small church.
Don't
Those
despise
members.
small beginnings.
Don't despise small beginnings because you
Wow.
never know who is watching. You
Wow.
never know who is there, and you never know where it will take you.
And that's why I keep trying to tell musicians, like, I still play for a storefront.
For sure.
So the
Absolutely.
second church I play for is a prophetic flow.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
the ministry is not paying it. The
Yeah.
pastor.
Yeah.
He owns a couple restaurants and his wife owns a couple of group homes.
Wow.
You would never know that.
Wow.
They
Wow.
take care of the musicians very well.
Yeah.
I get paid very well at that small
at that
church.
small church.
So now, when I send people to go over there to Philly, I said, listen, don't look at the building.
Right. Because they're gonna take care.
They're gonna take care
They're
of
gonna
you,
take care of you.
and you're gonna get your money before you get in the car.
Wow. Wow.
No issues.
Wow.
You get so I don't understand why a lot of musicians have a problem playing at small churches. If it ain't a mega sized church or medium sized church, most of them don't. I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of them are not, especially during the pandemic, was not making it.
No.
And they was not paying their musicians, you know. So I mean,
I'm telling
all
you.
that plays a part. Oh, so
What about-
they says we have to have proper preparation, prevent poor performance.
That's true.
Nice,
That's true.
nice. That is true.
Yeah.
And Kia, she's on it tonight. She says you better keep saying that, keep that same energy because God is watching.
Keep that same energy. One of the
God is
small
watching.
church got me one of my playing from the top HBCUs in the
I,
country.
I remember you posting it online.
Yeah.
So, and Morehouse is, like you said, one of the top schools in the country. It's a HBCU. It's very well known.
Absolutely.
Mostly the men here in Atlanta and
Yeah.
other places
Yeah.
have graduated from Morehouse College. And
Yeah.
see, if you did not go to that
Yeah.
church, you would have missed your
I would have
assignment.
missed my blessing. Just by going, having that selfish attitude. Like, I'm not going to a little small church.
What made you change your mind?
I really prayed about it, honestly. God,
Mm.
I said, I always praying about it. I said, God, like, they asked me to come.
Mm,
First of all, I have to repent because I was like, I had this wrong attitude.
mm,
I'm not going to this little church with
mhm.
these few members going
Right.
to play. But again, ask for forgetting because I had the wrong attitude.
Right.
I had to do a self-evaluation and be able to go to that small church with a few members, played as if it was 1,000 members in there.
I bet you played
I
the
may-
happen though.
I may have got my check may was maybe like $50.
That's all right. It's gas.
But guess what? Them $50 led me to a whole lot larger. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It opened doors for you.
Open door is major for me. So
Do not
do not
listen.
despise small beginnings.
Do not. Somebody put that in the chat. Somebody
Yeah.
put that in the chat for me.
Please do not despise.
Do not listen. Take the small gigs.
Yeah.
Take the free gigs. That's
Yeah.
why I take them all.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you. I had made a post. This lady, this woman of God. I'm not gonna say lady. This woman of God. She put in a musician circuit that
Okay.
she want a musician to come play for free.
Sure.
Before people even try to bash her, I just went on there and said, "Can I give you a suggestion?"
For sure.
I said, "You should get the C-Dub app.
Yeah. See, that was a great album.
That's between $25-$50 a month, depending on which app."
Yeah.
I said, "I will come
Yeah.
and download and help you train you for free."
Wow.
So I just did this past Saturday in
Wow.
Loganville.
Yeah.
At the end, I set up their song list for them on Sunday morning and everything because you got hymns on there.
Yes, for sure.
I like how he preaching chords
Yeah.
and different.
Everything on there.
It's no excuse.
Right.
You'll think it's a whole band because you stream your service.
Absolutely.
Only people know it's not a band. The people who
People's
inside.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I said
Wow.
until you build your ministry
For sure.
because she was paying some musicians who could not play $300. That was too much money.
That's too much.
When you don't even have 30 to 40
Yeah,
members.
you can't do that. Yeah.
It takes money to have ministry, and I keep trying to tell people, musicians get mad at these churches. Who you think paying for the lights, the water, the gas, the rent? Come on, like the church still has, and she does not have a salary. So after when I got through, setting up everything, she
Yeah.
said, "What is your cash out?"
Wow.
Gave me $50
Wow. That's a blessing.
and asked me where I put a band and praise team together for her church anniversary. I said, "I sure will."
Wow.
It's in
Wow.
November.
What a blessing.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I told her, "Don't worry about paying a musician. It's going to be taken care of."
Yeah.
I want to be a blessing to that ministry
For sure.
because see, a lot of musicians they forget.
Yeah.
Most of y'all started in the storefront.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that.
Please don't act brand new.
Let's talk about that. Right?
Please stop acting like you started at the mega church.
Right. You ain't always started, these big churches.
Come on
You
now.
started in a small
Come on.
church. Somebody gave you a chance.
You were at New Birth. You were at World Changes or Household.
Right.
So if somebody gave you a chance, you should always go back.
Absolutely.
And be humble enough to, it's nothing wrong with that. So Zay said, how do you feel about old school shout, foot stumping versus new school clip beats and tracks? We talked about that earlier, but we'll talk about it again.
Yeah. Honestly, I think
I like that.
I actually like it all, Zay, to be honest. But you also got to also keep in mind your context as well.
Yeah.
Like if the demographics of a certain church is 50 or 60 and above, you can't bust up in there with the click tracks and this and that.
They're like, what's that noise?
Can you turn that down, please? Like,
oh, we in the club.
So you gotta know your audience, know your congregation. I'm with both of them, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
if you like you said, you bust out with hold to his hands, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, that's my jam, right? You know, they're gonna sing it along with you. So
right.
Again, I'm with both. I love both of it. I played both of it, the old school and the new school. But you got to know your context and where you're at as well. So I do like both of them.
Right. And Kia said God rewards obedience. Yes, he does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Obedience is our part. The outcome is his part.
Obedience is better than sacrifice. And Zay said for sure. Absolutely. He said laugh out loud for sure. And yeah, like you said, you got to know your audience. Absolutely. I know a lot of the musicians like to play with click track, but like you said, if the audience is 50 and up, they're not trying to hear that.
They're not. They're going to sit and look at you. Y'all been doing all this. And they're going to sit and look at you like,
and slow and your BPM might need to be.
Yeah, slow that BPM down.
Slow it down.
James Hall. Slow that down. These folks can't dance that fast. Like,
they really can't.
They're going to look at you like, and y'all out there killing, and they're looking at you like, will you please hurry up and end this?
Yes, yes. And Jarrell said they would tell you. He said he loves his singers. They will.
They'll tell you.
Listen, I have people tell me the drums too loud. I'm like, I'm behind this gazebo. I'm
Baby,
like,
that's too loud.
What you mean it's too loud? I'm behind this gazebo petition on my head. Like,
okay, it's hurting my ear. Can you turn it down a little bit?
Yes.
They will tell you.
Yes.
Sure will. Right about that.
So Zay said that's funny because I was at church Sunday and they had a bump that sounded like Flight of the Bumblebee for Drumline.
I'm telling you, these new bumps and these new creations, like I'll be sitting there like, dang, like it's killing. It really is killing. But again, you got to know your audience because if your audience and your congregation is just sitting there looking at you. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. Not Flight of the Bumblebee. Yeah,
that is funny.
That's so funny. When I went to Alabama State, when I auditioned for the drumline, I had to learn that.
Yeah. So, that is so funny.
That is definitely funny. That is definitely funny. Wow. Thank you for sharing, all of that, man. So how should we improve our skills as a team?
As a team, I think that's a great question. For me, like, there's two parts to that. What I do in the church that I started is, one, we do have our rehearsals, we have our collaborations. I like to start out with positive things. Mm-hmm. What did y'all feel like we have done right so far? Let's look over the past month. So I like to have things at the end of the month. Let's review the previous month. Mm-hmm. What were some things we did right? What are some things you feel like we kind of, it worked, it gelled together? What are some things we can grow on, improve on? What song did we really kind of like low-key butcher, but the audience didn't know we butchered? Where did we mess up? Kind of see what we can improve on.
Right.
And so that's the thing. That's number one. Going to go into that collaboration we talked about earlier, like collaborating as a team. Mm-hmm. What are our good strengths? What do we do well? And what can we improve on? Because there's something we can improve. Like we missed a lick, we missed a part, we missed that. There's something we can really improve on. And then for me as well, I like to do collaborations outside of church. Because we always at church. It's like we really want to gel as a person, gel as a team.
Let's got to do things outside. Go bowling. Right. Let's go feed the homeless.
Let's go feed the homeless. Go get something to eat.
Let's go sing in a nursing home for the holidays.
Yeah, for free.
For free.
Let's
right.
Serve.
You don't have to. You don't have to be on program.
You can be on program. Let's go grab. Negroes love to eat anyway. So anytime you got food involved, we there.
And musicians, that we try to do that. We try to eat together.
Absolutely.
Like you said, if it's nothing but brunch or dinner or whatever, lunch. Like you said, that bonding time, we have to have a life outside of church. Mm-hmm. You got to have a balance. Can't just all be church. But also, how do you feel about musician paying tithes?
I do agree. I think my personal opinion, I paid some of the church that I'm a member of. That's my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I do, but to answer the question as a whole, I do believe because we're getting resources,
Mm-hmm.
and so I believe that we're getting a salary, we're getting financial compensation. A tenth of that
Mm-hmm.
and is required,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever your offering may be,
Mm-hmm.
that's your between you and God. But I do a
Mhm.
tenth of that is required. Now, for me, I pay that to the church that I'm a member at.
Oh, okay. That's a blessing.
And so I do believe in giving back, because it's
Oh, yeah.
given to me,
Oh, yeah.
and I believe God honors our faithfulness wherever we're serving it.
Listen,
And if you pay it at the church that you serve at, that's wonderful. Whatever works for you, but as long as you're doing it,
as long as you're doing it,
God honors that.
oh yeah, He honors a faithful giver.
Absolutely,
He definitely honors that. I every gig that I do, whether it's DJing or whatever, playing or anything, I always tithe from whatever compensation
Absolutely.
that I receive. And that's why, people like you blessed, but they don't even know. They see they see the glory, man, but they really don't even know the story.
They don't know the story.
I posted, not too long ago, shout out to all the musicians. I mean, it was going viral. A lot of times we play through our pain.
That's not true. I play through a lot of pain.
Yes.
I play times where tears were in my eyes.
Been there.
So
on a Sunday. And nobody ain't asking you how you doing. Can I pray for you, brother? Do you need me to put the oil on your forehead? I mean, a lot of times musicians are playing through their pain and their struggle. At the same time, we still giving 110%.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
So, I thought someone else had made a post. So, like I said, Zay, he plays keys, drums, and organ. Jarrell, you play the drums, right? I don't want to put the wrong instrument. And my uncle, he plays as well.
Okay. A lot of musicians are okay.
Oh yeah, I mean the podcast.
It's a podcast musician. Okay.
Church singing musician podcast.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to share to us before we close out?
Sure. I think musicians, like I said, I think we have to just do a better job as leaders, understanding that we have a part to play in.
Oh, he does drums, sound, keys, and
he does a whole church by himself.
Okay, Jarrell, I'm about to put you on the show, dog.
Right,
I'll be contacting you soon, and sound engineer, because we definitely want to talk about sound.
Right.
There's too many churches live streaming.
Yeah, live stream sounds a hot mess.
Worse than PBS.
I'm trying to tell you.
Kia said pain births purpose.
That's so true, and oftentimes we have to understand that we have responsibility in the parts of things that happen within the church. We have a major responsibility. If you think about it from a musical standpoint, most churches, generally speaking, they have 2 or 3 song selections. 2 or 3, let's go 3.
Yeah.
You got an offering, which is a song. You got
altar call,
which is a song. Some churches do a doxology in the service.
We do
a song.
We do that too.
That's at least 6 times a service. Sometimes more than that.
And the choir singing two selections. Yeah. Exactly. So we doing 6 to 8 songs.
6 to 8 songs per service.
Yes.
Versus one time of a sermon. So if you think about it from that perspective, we have a major responsibility to play. And if we're not sensitive and cognitive to what's going on, what we're doing, we can do more damage than good in church. We want God to bless it. But what are we doing on our part? You know what I'm saying? It's called divine sovereignty versus human responsibility. Yes, God can bless whatever he wants to bless because he's sovereign enough to do that. But the human responsibility part is we got to make sure we're on time. Make sure we're being sensitive of what's going on.
He said be on time.
Be on time. Be sensitive to what's going on.
Yes.
Being able to follow and flow.
Flow with the service. Flow with the pastor. A lot of times we choose our altar call songs on his subject.
Based off the pastor's message.
Yeah, his message or whatever.
So we have to just be cognizant of that because we want God to do everything, but we do nothing, and we want God to bless it. That's how does that work?
Yes.
God, I want you to help me lose weight. Okay, God said because I'm sovereign enough, I can help you lose weight.
Right, but you gotta
you gotta go to the gym.
And that's what I've been going to, End Time Fitness.
Like I can help you lose the weight, but you gotta go to the gym. You gotta ride past Krispy Kreme and not stop at Krispy Kreme. You know what I'm saying?
You better preach, dog.
So it's God can do whatever he wants to do.
Right.
But a lot of times the biggest part plays on our responsibility to make sure we as musicians are being sensitive and being understanding and be able to be attentive in service and be able to watch the flows and the changes of the pastor and be able to adapt and change to that.
Right. And Jarrell said, being prepared is one thing. Hearing what the Holy Spirit wants you to go is another. Jarrell, you on it tonight. Jarrell, you gonna get a message from me tonight. You're gonna be on the show very soon. Jarrell, go ahead and get a license ordained. I don't even know if you ordained yet.
You need to a close too. And the Bible says,
right. Put him in the right key.
Put him in the key. Right.
But you're telling the truth.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
He's 100% right.
Yes. You're definitely telling the truth about that. We have to be prepared and hearing from God. Absolutely. I think, like I said, a lot of musicians. It's a lot of musicians can play very well. I mean,
sure.
I mean, they are.
They're killing.
They're killing.
Yeah.
But they don't have no oil. I can see it in the video.
Yeah. Now they sound good.
Sound good.
I mean, you kill it up and down the keyboard, the organ, and all the licks and the drums,
right?
Bass, like you
got the pattern down, all kind of stuff, you know.
But it's just that, and I'm just like, you sound great,
right? Don't have no oil, not anointed. Don't know no scriptures. Don't go to Bible study. Don't go to Sunday school. Not giving back. Not playing for a church for free, all because you arrogant, talking about I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. I'm beyond that. I'm above
But guess what? When the pandemic came, I had folks who was making money contacting me. I'll take that $150 again.
Oh,
now you want to humble yourself. Because the church you was playing for
ain't paying that now.
They shut down.
Wow.
So you would think after the pandemic that these...
We should be grateful for, but wow.
Don't despise
small beginning. Because you never know. You have to come back.
You never know. We may have another shutdown.
And what's going to happen?
Because a lot of people, most of their money make from music.
Yeah.
Some of them don't have, like, you and I got a 9-to-5. You're a teacher.
Right.
I work for a nonprofit.
Right.
A lot of musicians don't have that.
That's all they have.
That's all they have. Yeah. And you have your own business. I got my own business.
Absolutely.
So a lot of musicians don't even have that.
Absolutely.
Don't have benefits.
Nothing.
And I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Get some, and let me tell you.
Please talk about the benefits, the life insurance.
Let me help us out real quick.
Please.
I don't care how well you can play. You can be the best in the country. If your church is not taking care of you in the fact of you have a 401k, salary, or if it's benefits, health insurance, life insurance, whatever, get a 9-to-5 or get some type of medical benefits, medical coverage. If I see one more cash app when somebody died, one more GoFundMe when somebody died because we weren't properly taking care of ourselves while we were alive. We can church a concert up.
Yeah.
We can have a concert. We know all the licks, run, the shops, the beats, all the songs, got all that down pat.
We don't have no savings, no
money, no savings,
no investment, or nothing.
No investment. When we die, now we got to take up an offering doing service to bury you.
And that's not fair to the church.
That's not fair to the church.
All your family.
All your family. We got to put your face on a t-shirt and sell us something so we can make some money to bury you.
It's funny, but you tell me the truth. And I keep seeing it.
Yeah.
I keep seeing that, and I keep seeing musicians talking about transposing. I said,
yeah.
Even Larry Reid was talking.
Like, we got to do musicians. We got to do better than that. Like, if you want to help you with transposing, go sit at a regular upright piano. Go sit at a piano that ain't got no transpose key on it. Because you can go to some of these churches that got these off-key singing deacons. They're gonna sing a hymn, gonna sing something a key that you're not familiar with or comfortable with. What you gonna do?
Because there's only 7 letters in the music.
It's only 7 letters. After G, we start back over A again. Ain't no H, I, J, K, and L.
When I used to teach music, that's why I used to tell the kids. I said, listen, it's just A through G. It's not 26 letters.
That's it.
It's 7. And like you said, most deacons do not sing on key.
Yeah.
So you got to know how to play.
How to get in the key that they're in.
And make them sing in that key.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the right key. Because you're training them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're the musician.
Absolutely.
So like you said, they should get an upright piano or a baby grand or whatever. Get a piano and not a keyboard so you don't have to transpose.
Right.
Train yourself. Get in some classes. All these YouTube videos.
I mean, it's YouTube University. You want to do open heart surgery, go to YouTube. I mean, everything is on YouTube. Like, you have to study. Be a better steward of your gift. Like, how do you expect God to continue to open up doors if you're not being faithful over the few that you got? Learn, study your craft so that when doors open, you're walking in them ready.
Yes.
So if they sing in the key of E, if they're singing the key of A or B or D, one of the odd keys, you're not like, OMG, oh crap, I'm stuck. Learn how to play fluently in those keys so that if somebody's singing those keys, you're good.
So, like you said, play fluently in those keys.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I feel like every musician should learn the scales.
Yeah,
that would help you.
Yeah, learn your scales.
Because see, back in the day, we wasn't calling it a number system.
Yeah.
We were saying A, B, C. We was calling out the letters.
Letters.
Now, I don't know what the number system come from.
Yeah.
Now everybody calling out numbers. I was like, when did that start?
Right.
Like this trend, go to the 1, go to the 5, go to the 6. I was like, well, we used to say go to the A, go to the C, go to the F, and now it's like go to the. Why are we calling out numbers? Like, you know, it doesn't matter if you call out numbers or letters. It's still the same thing. A is 1.
Yeah.
B is 2.
Yeah.
And that's how I teach when I teach classes.
Yeah.
That's how I teach the kids. And if they can get it, what make you think as a grown person that you cannot get it?
We're stuck in our ways.
You cannot get stuck. You have to. And you know, people ask me how I feel about transpose. I'm like, listen, to me, you got to elevate.
Absolutely.
It's too many resources.
It's too many resources.
Even if you don't want to read music, like you said, YouTube. You can sit there and literally teach yourself each key.
Literally.
Learn the scales, the chromatic, the major, the minor.
Yep.
Learn music theory.
Yeah. Start there, and you'll be amazed how much more you'll get.
Right.
And then when you go to these churches or wherever you're playing at, and somebody happens to sing or a song is being done in that key, you're there. You're good. Because like I said, you may go to a place you don't have a keyboard, you don't transpose. What are you gonna do then?
And they don't have nothing but an upright or baby grand.
Yeah, or
organ.
You can't transpose. What you gonna do then?
You definitely can't transpose.
You be like, you know. So learn your keys. Learn what you need to learn.
Right.
Your craft.
Right. And Kia said, following the calling, not the crowd.
Absolutely. Follow
exactly.
The calling. Absolutely. The
exactly.
Calling will never lead you wrong. The calling will never lead you wrong. The crowd may. But the calling will never lead you wrong.
Your gift will make room for you. I truly believe that. That's why, you know, with my music, I got my signature drumsticks, I DJ, you know, I do the musician referral service.
Absolutely.
Now I got my podcast.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm like, people, you should be hating on me. You get on your horse and your grind.
Yeah, get in your grind.
I'm just creative.
Absolutely.
God gave me this podcast show in October of last year.
Wow.
And Minister Court Franklin was my first guest.
Wow, I know Court.
Yeah. And so, you know, God just been opening doors.
Wow.
Ever since then. You know,
that's a blessing.
And so I just bring in different musicians and psalmists and minister of music. I had one pastor on the show.
Okay.
I want to bring more preachers because I want people to hear from the preachers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We should hear from the pastors and the ministers.
Absolutely.
I'm not bashing no preachers.
Sure not.
I'm not bashing no churches. I'm not doing that. I see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Musicians, we have to be careful because I'm telling you, just like how we talk about churches,
yeah.
Pastors are talking about. Listen, I have pastors like, don't send me that person no more.
Yeah.
I sent a fill in on Sunday, and the pastor was like, he was on time.
Wow.
He played very well.
Wow.
I don't even know this guy.
Wow.
He reached out to me.
Wow.
I said, send me some videos.
Wow.
I checked them out.
Yeah.
He played keys, bass, and drums.
Wow.
And I just prayed, Lord, please, I hope.
That'll be good. Lord, yeah.
But you know what? He went over there and showed up, and they gave him his check time he walked in the door.
Jeez. He didn't even play a note, and he got his check. Yeah. Wow.
Here you go, sir.
Wow. Wow.
Because I feel like you shouldn't have to chase your money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Either you give it to me at when service end or in the beginning. I shouldn't have to be waiting up because you don't know. I may have another ministry I need to go to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You may want to go to brunch, whatever. Yeah. Churches have to respect musicians, and musicians have to respect churches. It's a two-way. And we should always remember that. So I always ask everybody who comes on my show to close out in prayer.
Sure, I close out in prayer.
And so this is your night to close out in prayer, sir. Thank you for being on the show.
It was an honor to be here.
Yes, I gotta have you again. Listen, let's give it up for Joshua. He is a organist, a musician, keys, teacher. I just learned it today. Teaching English language arts at Hampton Middle School. I'm just impressed, Doc. And he's a licensed minister. He's a man of God, and he's a father. He is a great example for the men in the gospel in the church. It's amazing. Oh, that's Ezra mom came on, Sister Price. She said, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you, Mama. Everybody enjoyed you tonight, Doc. You got some fans tonight.
Wow.
So make sure he's an author. I want you make sure.
I have a
Yeah, Brett, pull your book out before we close out. I want y'all
You
to
can
see his
find me
book.
on Facebook. I can definitely get it to you.
Because I'm buying a book tonight.
let's see. I got my book bag.
I want y'all to support this man of God. Buy a book. And
So I got a book. It's called Motivation. I don't think I can really see it. Motivation After Your Midnight.
let me take it down.
12:01 a.m. Motivation After Your. And I have this. I got like a journal with it. Like a little,
Okay.
a 30-day journal that go along with it.
Motivation after your midnight.
Yep. Motivation after your midnight. Yep. And so a quick story behind that. The title of the book, 12:01 a.m. Motivation After Your Midnight. Quick story, and I'm gonna let you all go. I was serving in a church right about like 4 or 5 years ago, and typical. I was leading the choir, leading the music ministry. I was director at Fort Valley State University over their gospel choir.
I remember that.
I had picked up at Georgia College of State Milledgeville, their gospel choir. Like I was teaching piano. Like I was in my prime, if that makes sense. I was doing it all. Teaching at church, teaching at the college. Like I just had, felt like I had it going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I was doing what God had asked me to do. God, I was, serving. And I ended up getting really sick one day. Like I woke up in so much pain that I couldn't get out of bed. So I had to go to the doctor. I said, something's not right. So I went to the doctor. It's me. And that's what I'm telling me. Go to the doctor.
Right.
Get your physical. Get your annual checkup. So I went to the doctor. And I said, okay, he'll give me some medicine, and I'll go on about my business.
Mm-hmm.
Did scans. I ended up having almost a golf ball sized tumor, cancerous tumor, right in my belt line area.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. And so I said,
Wow.
whoa. I said, okay, doc, it can't be that bad. So just give me some medicine. I get on to the church. I'm traveling today, going to. He said, no, it's not quite that. It's not quite that. It's simple. I need to probably take you to surgery. Surgery. He said, yeah, I'll take you to surgery, and then we can talk about chemotherapy, all that stuff afterwards. I'm like, whoa. You talking about surgery and the big C word? Cancer? Ain't you talking about radiation? Chemotherapy? No. It was in that moment that I sat in the doctor's office, and probably tears started falling on my face. I would say, God, I feel like right now I'm in the darkest season of my life. I said, here I am serving you. Here I am trying to do your will. Mm-hmm. Here I am trying to do what you call me to do. Encourage others, motivate others, inspire others. Yet, here I am going through a tough season of my life. You talk about cancer. You talking about surgery. You talking about chemotherapy. You talking about radiation. Like, what in the world? So I said, God, if I got to go through all this, bump it. I won't play no more. I won't preach no more. You can have all this. Because there's people out here who ain't doing nearly as much as we are trying to serve God, and they're living their best life. So it was in that moment that I said, I feel like I was in my midnight season. Dark, everything. I feel like, what else can go wrong? So we did the surgery. He was able to, thankfully, the cancer was localized. So he was able to get it all out. It didn't have metastasized, it hadn't spread out my whole body. So that was a great news. Did x-rays. Everything was clear. So I was thank God in that moment that I was able to get it right then. It was localized. It got a cancer out of my body. And I started to get blood work, periodic nothing has come back. Thankfully, nothing has came back. But it was in that moment I said, I'm in my midnight season. I felt like it was just dark in my life. But I felt like if I just hold on.
Yes.
Midnight is 12 a.m. in the morning. Darkest time of the day.
Late in the midnight
hour. But if I
God's going to turn around.
At 12:01, it's a new day. So midnight only lasts for 60 seconds.
Oh my God.
Midnight, 60 seconds, time-wise, is 60 seconds, but it could be a season. It could be a time frame in your life. But if you just hold on during that midnight season, 12:01 is on the way. Woo. And at 12:01, it's a new day. And so that's what I said. 12:01.
Man, you don't put chills over your
motivation after your midnight.
I love it.
That's where my title came from.
Oh wow. Man, I did not know you went through that.
Yeah.
I mean, you always inspiring. I always try to make sure I like all your posts because it's always motivating.
Yeah, I try to encourage
you. I have never seen nothing negative on your page. You always been positive and inspirational.
Yeah.
God bless you, dog.
I'm telling you, so I try to talk to what I've heard, what I've experienced.
And that's what it's all about. And that's what I was talking about when you played through our pain.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
God is amazing.
Listen.
So you're good for.
So I'm good now. So now
physically.
Yep, so I get blood work once a year.
Okay.
So it's been about 4 years now.
Thank God.
That situation has happened.
Okay.
And so thankfully, since then, I get annual blood work and everything has been clear.
Listen,
So
God, then she got this beautiful baby girl in here in the
my baby
studio.
girl's right here.
She in the studio with us. Listen,
Yep.
you want to say hey to the people? She like, say hey to the people. Y'all see
That's
the
my
baby
baby,
girl?
y'all. She's here with me. And she was talking about bring your kids with you.
Yeah.
Yep, it's my baby right here,
This
y'all.
is baby. This is baby. So Kia, what did you say? Let me pull up. Kia had made another message. Kia is on it tonight. She is buying your book. Trust me. She will buy. She's gonna support you.
I'm on it.
She's gonna.
If you could just send me, I put my. Can you tap my Facebook on there? I can just send me a message. I'll make sure I get everything to you.
Okay.
Yep.
You want me? You want me to tap? She said it was a spiritual surgery he was doing.
Wow.
A cleanseness on your body and soul and ways of thinking. You pass the test by seeking God and serving God and not yourself. She a powerful woman, God.
She preaching.
She preaching. She preaching. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, kid.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, God, man. God bless you, man. I'm praying, God, healing. You got work for you. You know, you got your babies. He wants you to see them. You got to walk baby girl down the aisle. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you got work to do.
Absolutely.
And like
she can't get married till she's 50, but yeah. Right.
These daddies.
She can't get married till she's 50, but yeah.
But like my friends say, God may be taking you globally, man.
Wow.
We don't know.
Wow.
We don't know. We don't. Hey, Jeremiah 29:11. You already know the plans He has for you.
Absolutely.
God bless you. I'm so excited. I'm buying my book tonight.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. I want you to sign my copy.
For sure. Absolutely.
So he's going to close it out in prayer. Thank you, everybody who joined us tonight. Thank you. Please make sure you subscribe and like. Share this video. It may be inspiring to someone, even though it's a church scene podcast. His testimony, his story tonight was powerful tonight. So I pray that everybody be blessed. He's going to close us out in prayer. We're done for tonight.
Thank y'all. Let's pray. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you, God, for this. Allow us to be able to gather here on this virtual space, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, to be able to just discuss business of musicianship and just discuss what's going on in today's climate, whether church scene or just musicians, or just what's going on in life, period, God. But God, we know that even in the midst of our discussion, you were here, God, and you knew what was going to be said tonight, God. Before we even got here on the campus and be able to open our mouth to say one word, you knew what was going to be said, God. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for guiding and leading us. Thank you for this wonderful woman of God and her vision, her heart to be able to spread the good news, spread encouragement, spread motivation, to kind of just talk about real life issues and real life things that we are experiencing here and how we can overcome those things and overcome our faults and our imperfections, to be able to more glorify your name and uplift your name and edify your name, God. So thank you for her vision. Thank you for her heart. Thank you for her leadership. Thank you for her passion to be able to want to do these things and bring people out from the community in to be able to talk about real life dealings, God, to be able to ultimately get the glory out of things that we've done, God. So God, we ask that you be with us tonight, God. Be with all of us that were watching tonight. Even be with those who may want to be a part but couldn't be online for whatever reason. God bless us all, God. Let us continue to strive just to please the audience of one. Be with all of my musician colleagues, God. Be with us as we serve week in and week out. Let us have a mindset of serving an audience of one.
Yes.
Let you be the audience. You be the center of attention, God. Let our focus be on you, not the crowds, not our creature, not what's going on around us. You be the center of it all, God. We know, God, if you're pleased, everything else will fall in place, God. So, God, we thank you for everyone tonight. Be with all of us as we get ready to depart from this place and depart from online. Let us continue to have our heart to serve for you, God. We love you. We thank you. We bless you. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Listen, join us next Tuesday. We got gospel artist Sonia McGuire is going to be in the studio. Yes, I've been knowing Sonia for a long time. So you guys got you. Hey, tonight was powerful. Next week we going to a whole nother level. So I'm bringing a psalmist in here, so she's going to share her new music and everything. I'm excited about it. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you all.